Hello everybody, Lorien here, and I just wanted to do a rune reading for the new moon, which I believe is in Capricorn today, and basically do something really nice like that. The intention was to do a manifestation meditation. Unfortunately, I wasn't very well today. So in the efforts of preserving my energy and not doing a half-hearted manifestation meditation for you guys, obviously that is not something that I want to ever do. So hopefully you'll get something from this rune reading so that you can use it over the course of the next maybe 2 weeks, because I might do another one on the full moon. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do something like this for you guys and have this ability to sort of come through a little bit more with everybody and see what information is happening for everybody here. Okay, so let's have a look and see what information comes through for you. Okay. So like I said, this is just going to be a rune reading for the new moon on Capricorn, and it's going to run for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully I can do another one on the full moon. So let's see what comes through. So I'm just going to see what happens here for you guys. See what comes in. Hopefully we can get some good information from these guys and see what information they have to say to us. Runes, please give us the guidance that you wish to give us for the next of the month. There's something happening in February. That's the main thing that they seem to be saying to me at the moment. So something's going to happen in February. So we'll see how it happens. Okay, so let me just shuffle. This may be a little bit of a loud rattle. I apologize. So alright, interesting. Okay, it says that you guys may be experiencing buffering for those of you who are watching on stream. If so, I'm really sorry about that. I hope that the connection is actually going to be a little bit better for you. So let's have a look and see what comes in. Right, so just outside of it here we have a rune which is known as Oaz, or I never really learned how to say it correctly because I wasn't trained. This is self-taught runes. But this one over here that was just off the side is a bit about defense and protection. I would also say that this is about trust in many different ways, and I also believe that this is giving us some motivation to change, I think. But let's have a look. Bacana is the first one that I seem to be looking at here. This is quite a strong rune. This is about birth, fertility, growth and liberation. You could be forgiven for thinking that this is something to do with the movement that's happening in America and maybe across the world in regards to women's liberation and all that kind of stuff. So we could be now in a time of change, in a time of liberation for that kind of thing. Also with regards to the motivation, we could be now seeing more motivation for us to change, and that could be something that's kind of giving us a little bit of extra time, a little bit of extra pleasure in thinking that actually we can do this. We can actually move forwards here. So yeah, I do believe that this is going to be quite a good time for everybody, as far as I can see. So then we have the Justice and the Authority rune, and this I think is basically dealing with authority. Like I said, it's the women, it's the authority, so there could be some justice or legal information coming through here for us even now. I think that coming through is a feeling of understanding, a feeling of intriguing, and a feeling of, you know, mystery that's coming through as well. So that's definitely something that's manipulating things in general. I feel in the background, justice people may be manipulating some certain things, and we don't really want that to happen, do we? So let's have a look at what the rest of them are. Okay. Just seeing which ones actually draw me to them a lot quicker. Because you have to make sure that there's a connection here in general anyway, just to make sure that the message that they want to give is coming through a lot easier than maybe it has been in the past. So let's have a look and see. I'm torn actually, because you got two here that look like crosses. I don't know whether you can see this, but these two are here are very, very close together. And this one, oh, which one is it? This is now these, I believe. Now these, and this is Gibo. And this is about endurance and survival, determination and patience. And this is more about the personal relationships and having, you know, one-on-one time and connecting with people. So to me, these two very, very close together and very similar in this way. This is ensuring that our personal relationships have to endure. We may have to be more patient with our personal relationships. We may have to endure some things over the course of the next week or two. But I do feel that this is going to be reinforced. You may even get a gift of a personal relationship because you've endured or because you've been patient, and the actual your reward is now coming in the fact that you get closer to somebody, or somebody comes in. This is somebody that you've maybe thought about for a while. If you're single, you know, you could be drawing somebody in. But I do feel that this is quite a strong connection. And even here, we have two very similar runes here. So these are both the same way. Unfortunately, they are both reversed. So this is Wunjo, which is sorrow and a little bit of strife in some way, and this one is, if I can Thurzaz, I think, which is meditation if it's upright, but because it's upside down, this is a little bit of corruption. And you know, it could be with these two together that there could be some corruption which is causing some strife. And I think this is global. We should be seeing tales coming through where certain people, not naming any names necessarily, but yeah, certain people could be quite corrupt, and the sorrow that that's coming through with, and the feeling of a little bit of, oh, you know, just feeling very down about certain things. So with those two very close together, the corrupt people could actually be motivated from this liberation for women, and that kind of coming through. We're going to see more of this. It's not done yet. It's really not done, and it could even be in your personal lives, but because you've endured and because you've been patient and because you're kind of working on something about your personal relationships, I think is going to improve. I really, really do. And then we have Isa here, and Isa is very, very much about challenge and reinforcements, but it's not entirely reverse. This, I think, it could be just on the side here, so it could be the feeling of upside down and things like that, and just a bit feeling a little bit lost in some way. So make sure that you know, look at this in a kind of a way where I'm going to have reinforcements here, but I just don't want to get a bit too pushed back or a little bit too lost. Some people in the live chat, I can see you. Hello everybody. This is a rune reading for new moon in Capricorn, so it's not a sign by sign reading. It's actually because the new moon is in Capricorn today, want to get everything done and see what the energies are. So it's not, for instance, Scorpio, Cancer, you know, it's just for the new moon in Capricorn, just so we can get some advice. And the February readings are coming through, and they will be up before February. But yeah, they should be coming through. Today was meant to be a meditation, but I haven't been too well today, so instead of me giving you a half-hearted meditation, I thought I would give you a dedicated rune reading, because I feel like I can do this. So I hope that clears that up. Sorry. So here we have Yera, which is peace, happiness, hope, and earlier efforts realised. So as I was saying before, you've had endurance, you've had patience, you've had things coming through. So I think this is kind of, we're now getting a sense of, hey, our determination to get shit done is now coming through in a very strong way. We can now have a very good connection. We can now have something that's worthy of us. And I do feel that we may get a little bit of peace now as well. That could be something that's coming through for us. And thank you guys for those of you who are saying, you know, get well soon. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Alright, so yeah, it seems like we're actually going through in a little bit of peace, happiness and hope, and earlier efforts realised. So I think that's kind of coming through for you, or for all of us even, in a very strong way. This here Rado is not quite reverse either. This is a bit like travel and relocation and the dance of life, and I feel that because it's near Fehu, which is Freya's rune, and she's also not quite, they're kind of on a level here, I think that we're turning the tide a little bit. So travel, relocation, dance of life, but if it's almost reverse, I would say that it's a little bit of injustice and that kind of feeling of, oh, where do we go? And here we have money, hope, protection, success, happiness, finances, all that kind of stuff. So we may be looking at trying to even out global finances actually, and a little bit of luck. There could be some pushing back and forth in regards to the global markets. I think as well that we will see strong warrior women being maybe promoted this month, or maybe even in the near future. As far as I can see, there's a great sense of being included. Overall, it feels like there's a lot of potential coming in as well for us to move into a very grand sense of being and generally having a good time, but it's not without effort. You know what I mean? We have to put the effort in, and if you can see here, we have done that, so we're getting something good. But these two here that seem to be coming in, we have to bat them round so they're upright, and if we bat them round so they're upright, I think that we'll get a good time. We'll get more finances coming through, we might see things improving, but we have to weather the storm at the moment. I feel this is actually what's happening now. Now, some of you are actually talking to me a while ago actually. In October, I think I did the last rune reading, and I mentioned about volcanoes, and they gave that really strongly in my head. And my throat is tickling because they want me to talk about it, so okay. Yeah, so it was a few months ago, and there was, you know, they really showed me volcanoes erupting, and I know today there was news about one in the Philippines. So I just wanted to say that even though this rune reading is technically for the next few days or few weeks or whatever, this could actually lead through into the next 3 months. We do have a big eclipse, which I may do another reading on the eclipse, but we've got to, I think, prepare for big energy shifts and big things coming through, because this awakening period is only just beginning. 2018 is only just beginning. She's doing this. She's warming up her hands. She's getting ready. She's preparing to go through. So definitely there's movement, there's intensity. There's also a feeling of understanding that we're getting into now, I think. But yeah, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to work with. And they just advised me, since they can't show me any more runes, to do a brief angel card. So this is what I will do. Alright, what do we need to know for the period up until the full moon? Please let me know what advice we can give you. Whoa, hello. Who was first? Hello. Alright, I'm going to do you again. And if you want it to come out again, please do, because everything else followed you. Okay, so there we go. I had a feeling you'd come through. Alright, so healthy lifestyle. This is about eating a healthful diet, getting adequate sleep, exercising regularly for optimal health, basically cleansing our body and making sure that we are aware enough and not clogged with nasty things, so that we can handle the energies coming through. And also just a reminder to be kind to yourself. Just be kind. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, be kind in general. Basically, just smile when you open the door for somebody. It can be that simple. You don't have to pay for somebody else's coffee or anything like that. You just have to be present. Oh my gosh, will you stop using my throat, please? I'm telling the people what they need to hear. My word. Right. So yeah, basically, if you can, try and put yourself into a healthy mindset. Try and be kind to yourself. If there's a deadline that requires you to be up for 24 hours, I would advise you to rethink maybe the possibility of doing that, because nobody needs to do that. They really don't. So I'm sincerely hoping that you enjoy the time that's coming through, and that you're able to make sure that you feel on a par with yourself when you're at your best level or your highest level, because to take the advantage of what January is offering you, which I think is kind of a potential energy, we need to treat ourselves very well and very kindly. So if we have an off day, like I have had today with my illnesses and things, if you have an off day, just take the day to yourself. Or if you can't afford to do that, be kind to yourself. Just reduce the amount of things or the pressure that you're actually putting on yourself. And I think that's the main thing that they want you to do. Don't go overboard with things, or saying yes to too many people, that sort of thing. So without further ado, I will love you and leave you guys. If you do want a private reading with myself, or a 2018 year ahead reading, the guide of how to do that is below with all the information. Or if you just want to email me, the email address is lorientarot@gmail.com. So anything that I can do for you, just let me know. I really hope that this rune reading is going to help us all get through the next 2 weeks. It doesn't feel very big in itself. It feels like it's very much carrying on from what was before, from what 2017 gave us. So yeah, big things to come, but just not yet. We're not there yet. That's why we need to be healthy. That's why we need to be kind to each other. So let me know how things go for you guys. Hopefully I can speak to you all and do that manifestation meditation quite soon. It might be better to do on the eclipse actually, because who knows what that'll bring. But yeah, blessed be everybody, and I look forward to talking to you all soon.